Hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation with me, your host, Owen James, the channel that brings you all your latest Rangers news, guys. After a convincing 4-0 victory last night over FCSB and a much improved performance. Look, I think, we know that when Rangers play in Europe, we know that when teams come and actually try and play football against us, it actually gives us more of an opportunity to play and for the players to perhaps express themselves a little bit more than they can in those domestic games where teams sit in, low block, spoil, foul, break up play, and do as much as they can to ruin the game. We know that is the case. But was last night's performance better? Yes, it was a much better team performance. We do have to couch it slightly in the terms of the fact that FCSB are absolutely fucking useless and did rest a number of their key players. But there was encouraging performances from a number of players. I thought Václav Černý played very well last night. Nicholas Raskin, Connor Barron, all played exceptionally well last night. I thought Hjefte played well. I thought that Igerman did very well when he came on again. Nice to see Zach Lovelace get a run out as well. Encouraging to see him being part of the manager's plans. I certainly hope that this is a long-term thing and that we will see more of Zach going forward. He's certainly a very talented young man. 4 very well taken goals. I mean, let's get this right. One of the things I think we did last night that we have not been doing in previous games is taking chances. At times, one of the things that, criticism that is constantly leveled at Rangers is their poor clinical nature in front of goal. The fact that we can create chances but just don't take them. I think the other more encouraging thing last night was the fact that Rangers were very much more aggressive and on the front foot, passed the ball forward, moved the ball quickly forward. There was none of this side to side and hoofing long balls over the top, which was encouraging indeed. But I mean, we've got to beware false dawns, beware false prophets. We saw this caliber performance against Malmo and then followed up with an absolutely abject one against Hibs. Rangers have really got to build on this on Sunday against St Mirren. I think, if we go into that St Mirren game and perform as we did against Hibs or as we did against St Johnstone, it will be kind of an opportunity lost yet again. Now, the manager will certainly be hoping that we can build upon this performance and we can continue to improve, given the criticism that he's come in for. I mean, in terms of Clement, does this change anything? Well, absolutely not at this stage. I think the likelihood was always that we would beat FCSB, we'd beat St Mirren, and then obviously the trip to Pittodrie is the one that is looming. That I think is the absolute must win for me. If we go to Pittodrie next week and lose, then more questions will be asked again, no matter how well we play in these 2 games or how many goals we score in these 2 games. A loss to Aberdeen will, obviously put Clement's future back in doubt again. And certainly, the fans will certainly, not be happy. Put into that, of course, the possibility of an Old Firm Cup final and the League Cup, and obviously the Old Firm game in January. More sort of hurdles for him to jump over. But, we take the positives out of last night. I thought, that Suter and Balogun played very well indeed last night. Look, the making of a very promising central defensive partnership. I've got to say, I thought Robin Propper was absolutely shocking when he came on. The pass that he gave to Connor Barron, that Barron then fouls the man and gets booked for. If you watch that through, that was not on Barron at all. That was an absolutely dreadful pass, as Ali McCoist flagged up on the commentary from Robin Propper. I thought he was, again, shocking, a bomb scare at the back. But Balogun and Suter, for me, were excellent. But, I mean, you know me, I'm a massive, massive Leon fan. Love Big Leon to bits. I thought Hjefte was excellent. Jack had a couple of dodgy moments. Got a shout out as well, Nicholas Raskin and Connor Barron last night. I thought both were brilliant. I thought they were like little pit bulls in the midfield. They took it in turns to sit and want to go, which was, very intelligent of them. Raskan was absolutely fantastic last night. Raskan was my man of the match last night. His passing was excellent. He got about the pitch. He brought the energy and the legs that we've been missing from the midfield. I think that's one of the key things we've really missed. Nothing against Dio. I thought Dio did okay, actually, when he came on and played further forward in the second half. But I think personally, thinking about this and really looking at this performance yesterday, Raskan, to me, was back to his best. He was back to having that. And that's what this midfield needs. It needs legs. It needs energy. It needs the ability to get about the park. And with Barron and Raskan, they both provide that energy. They both provide that, get up and go that has been missing, that's got up and gone in recent games. So I thought Raskan and the way he used the ball was absolutely superb. Barron was just brilliant. I mean, absolutely brilliant. He's been the player of the season so far, the signing of the summer. The lad is just different class. And I suppose, obviously, the fact that he's Scottish as well is even better for the club. Just a shame he didn't come through our youth system, and we have to give some credit to the sheep for bringing him through. But, you know, I've got to say, very good from those two last night. Václav Černý, where's that performance been all season? I think, you know, if we can see Václav Černý perform like that going forward for the rest of the season, then he's going to have a very good season. 2 outstanding finishes, 2 absolutely brilliant finishes. The second one in particular, the dribbling and the movement and the way he bends it around the keeper is absolutely fantastic. His first one was fantastic as well, to come to think of it. The assist, obviously, for the Lawrence goal as well. You know, Václav had a top game last night. Hamza Igaman came on and scored, which is excellent. I mean, it's great that Hamza got his first goal. That is really encouraging, and hopefully that is something for him to build on going forward. I thought Cyriel Dessers was an absolute embarrassment last night. I thought he was absolutely fucking hopeless. I was glad when he went off injured. Hopefully that injury keeps him out of Sunday's game. Hopefully it keeps him out of a fair few games, because the guy is just an absolute joke. Absolute joke. I mean, it's almost like I think we attack and we score goals in spite of Dessers at this moment in time. And you can see that the forwards, the 3 players behind the striker had a lot more confidence when Hamza was there, that when they played the ball up to him, it would stick and it wouldn't be coming bouncing back at them. And it gave them an opportunity to then run beyond Hamza, which they don't get with Dessers. If you watch, the 3 attacking midfielders behind Dessers do not run beyond him very much, because they've got no confidence that when the ball goes up to him, it's actually going to stick. It's going to bounce off him. He's going to lose it, or he's going to fall over and cry on the floor that he's been fouled. You know, he has been absolutely pathetic. And yeah, I know he went off upset because of the fact that he was injured and he hurt his eye, and, you know, fair play. But he storms down the tunnel. We haven't even got the sub ready. And we have to then, you can see Philippe Clement rushing Hamza to get ready and actually helping Hamza to get dressed. That was thoroughly unprofessional from Cyriel Dessers. It really was. Personally, I wouldn't pick him again this season. I think he's absolute shite. I think he's embarrassing. I think we need to get rid of him in January. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I can't stand the guy. I really just cannot stand him. I think he's a waste of time and space. Hamza has to start for me. Hopefully, Danilo being back as well. We get a chance to see Danilo play. But, you know, Dessers will probably start on Sunday if his eye's okay, because Clement loves him. But like I said, Dessers is just done for me. The guy is done. The guy is hopeless, genuinely hopeless. I honestly wouldn't pick him in my pub team. I genuinely wouldn't. He could hold the waters and the oranges. That's what he would do. Look, this was a very encouraging performance. Something we really do need to build on going forward. Something we do need to push on from now. You know, the players need to sit down and kind of look at what went really well last night. And they need to kind of analyze that, look at how they played well, what made that performance last night. Well, it was the quick passing, it was the more aggressive approach, it was the taking of the chances, it was the clinical nature of the performance, the tough tackling, the energy in midfield. It's all of those things. Now they've got to then take that and then reproduce that game after game after game. And it's about that analysis, that critical analysis of the performance post-game, sitting down there and moving it forward. Look, if they can do that, if they can keep this moving forward, then there'll be progression there with the return of Danilo, with the return of Ridvan, with the return, obviously, of Cortez when he comes back as well eventually, if he does. That all will obviously help to move the squad forward and give extra options. For me, it's about, I think now, looking at what went well and keeping with that on Sunday. It really genuinely is. Overall, like I said, it was a very encouraging performance, a much more positive response, and exactly what we needed to see after what was a wholly unacceptable performance on Sunday against Killy. Look, will it be? Look, I think we've all got to realise that Sunday will not be the same type of game. St Mirren will sit in, they will block, they will spot. They'll do what every team does when they come to Ibrox, bar European teams, because European teams come to play. Because on the whole, these teams in the Europa League see themselves as the same standard or better than Rangers and able to give them a game. So they're not going to sit in. They're not going to low block. They're not going to spoil and kick and foul and genuinely be bad. But St Mirren will on Sunday. So we've got to obviously, you know, I think still move the ball quickly, be aggressive. That is the way to overcome the low block. And that's what we need to see moving forward. I thought the referee last night was just bizarre. I thought he was absolutely useless. The bookings that he was card happy, and then he would see something that was an absolute stonewall foul and then not give it. I genuinely just thought the ref was just awful. I mean, we think Scottish refs are bad, but Jesus. I mean, I watched a couple of Champions League games this week, I've watched a couple of Champions League get involved in some of the English teams this week. I've watched a couple of Europa League games. Now, I've got to say, the standard referee on the continent is just as bad, if not worse, than Scotland. It really is a joke, a genuine joke. But look, let's take the positives out of yesterday. I thought, like I said, Barron, Raskan, Jefte, Cheney, all played very well. I think Bayrami needs to move into the 10 role. That is one thing I do think needs to change between now and obviously our next European game, because he looks a little lost out on that left wing. Hopefully we can get somebody back to play there, offer an option going forward on the left-hand side. Zach Lovelace maybe. So Zach in front of Jefte, push Bayrami into the 10. That could be a good work for me for Sunday against St Mirren. Guys, just a quick video today. Just a quick sort of catch up. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Look, a few personal issues at the moment. That's why the content's not as free flowing. A few things going on personally, financially, with family. So yeah, there we go. Thank you very much for watching Glasgow Rangers Nation, guys. As always, please smash the like, please smash the sub, do a share, drop me a comment, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching.